Yeah, let's see here. So we can cross off the master cylinder one bore. That came in. So need wheels and tires and gear oil. Rear pads, rotors turned clean, and rear rotors. Rear rotors are done. Springs is gonna get. I do need to get brake fluid. That's important because I want to get fresh fluid before I bench bleed any of this stuff. The to-do, I gotta hook up the e-brake still. I gotta hook up the rear brake line. I got to put the shocks on and hook up the axle to the drive shaft. Yeah. SN95 spindles and hubs, fellas. So here they are. Without the dust shield, they've been broken off and cut off. We'll probably take those off anyways, but hey guys, look. So now you know where we're going with on the front brake kit. I will be going with some sort of a Cobra brake kit or some sort of a big brake kit for the Mustang. So picked these up today, found these online, and this is just what I needed. This hub feels pretty good. This one feels a little loose. So I will be replacing the hubs. And to do that, I need to get locking spindle nuts for it and a 36mm deep socket to get these on and off. So I'm not going to worry about these till they're installed in the car, but hey, there they are. Also got my master cylinder here. I'm going to pull this out and take a look at it, kind of compare it to the one that I have over here. Super lightweight. So you can see it's definitely a smaller bore. Now, this one's not in terrible shape. I guess it could have been worse. It's still spins. I know it's a little rough, but it's not, you know, it didn't stick to the spindle, so cool, man. Well, I got these off. We'll work tomorrow on getting these spindles nice and clean before I bolt on the new stuff. Yay, new hubs that came in. These are Timken hubs, and these were 40-something a piece. It smells like a machine shop. Gear oil. Okay, yeah, so these have the ABS ring, which clearly I won't need, but it doesn't matter if they're on there, won't hurt anything. So yeah, they are. Nice new bearings. And yep, I got the new nuts coming too, so whenever I spin these off, you don't want to use the existing nut. I guess you guys probably know that. It's a one-time use nut. So you're not supposed to use those things. One time, it's a locking nut. Once you torque it down to spec, it locks and it will not come back off without a big impact or a breaker bar. Things are getting interesting. Things are starting to get interesting and fun. Because I got a box that showed up on my doorstep today, and I think I know what it is. Before I open that box, let me show you the box that showed up yesterday. Let's make this in the light here. Okay, that is an LMR box. What is this? What is this? Springs. So here they are. These are the SVE lowering springs. These are American made. These are the ones I decided to go with and try. We'll see. It should be about a 1.5 inch drop, maybe a little bit less. I don't want too much of a drop because I don't want the thing to ride like it's on freaking rails, you know. I mean, I want it to ride like it's on rails. I don't want it to ride like it's on bricks. So yeah, so we got SVE loan springs. We're gonna give these guys a shot. Try to get these into the back end tonight and try to button up the back axle a little bit. Because tomorrow, oh my, tomorrow wheels and tires come. It should be here tomorrow. And if we can get the back ones kind of semi-bolted on, take a look, see how it's going to look, it's going to be a good day. So I don't know about you, but I'm so excited. This is a good day. It's like Christmas for me. Yeah, before we open up this other box, let's show you what else we got here. Got new hubs for my SN95 Spindles. I cleaned these up really good. And I took these to the car wash with some oven off, and then I brought them back and used a wire wheel on them. So I got them really clean, and they're pretty much ready for paint. So I need to get a paint job on these. So I've got Timken hubs here with new spindles, spindle nuts, and so the front end is ready to bolt on. The back springs are here. But what do we have here? Let's check it out. Alright. Nothing like unboxing videos here, right? You guys know what this is, because you know what's missing. But let's see. Okay, we got lots of paper. Running out of room in my garage, but what we have here is calipers, rotors, and Jamie Hot Products. I think that might be the brake lines. I decided just to go ahead and purchase those to save me some time and money. So this here should be, I think, the brake lines. Let's see. Ah, these would be the nice. So we got new braided lines. Okay, that's cool. Crush washers. These are, what brand are these? JEM. So this comes with the calipers. So JEM products. We got stickers with it. Again, never use those, but whatever. They're cool. Nice. These are the SVE Cobra style calipers, and the reason why I got these is because this is going to work with my master cylinder, and this is going to be perfect. I mean, the price is right. These are basically PBR knockoffs of the original 13-inch Cobra brakes put on the 2003 Cobras. So, okay, so this is the SVE. It is a twin piston, which you can see in the back here very clearly. And this is the stock single piston. So it is quite a bit heavier. Actually, it's not that much heavier, but it's quite a little bit bigger. Not by too much, but anyways, this is what we need to work on our SN95 calipers so that we can put on these massive rotors that I'm about to show you guys. Okay, let's see what this is. I believe this is going to be my brake lines. And these are special for the 86 distribution block from a Cobra style master cylinder. So there it is. So that is just going to save me a little bit of time, you know, not having to worry about bending these up and making them. Even though I had the lines to do it, this was $30-some, I thought, or 20-some bucks, and I thought it was worth the time and money just to go ahead and, you know, and do this. But this says, you know, you can see here it is for an 80 to 86. So this is not the T that you would get to convert a 3-way master cylinder to a 2-way that you would get on a 87 393 Fox body. So this is correct for me. Get the master cylinder plumbed up now. And bench blade. And let's look at these calipers. I mean these rotors. These are StopTech Sportline. Oh my gosh. Slotted rotor. So I went with a premium rotor on it and just slotted. I didn't want the drilled because it will cause heat cracks over time, and this will provide me the cooling and is a much better rotor than you'd get on a stock, a stock one. These the grooves, it will obviously cause a little bit more wear in the pad, but also cause it to cool off a little bit better. And of course, it's vented. So yeah, this is god dang, this is heavy. It's massive. All I need to do is drop this thing on my toe right now. Yeah. Okay. There is a big rotor. You want to see something really funny? Look at this. The 13-inch. So obviously that is a absolutely huge difference. This rotor is massive compared to what this thing came with. Look at the difference, man. So these cars were severely lacking in brakes for 86 for a GT V8 car, in my opinion. So yeah, man, that's a good looking rotor. Can't wait to bolt it on. So I don't know about you, but I'm super motivated now to get some work done on the car. I got a lot of little things I got to cross off before I can put any of this fun stuff on and start really unbolting the front suspension, getting the springs on. But we're going to start by just getting the paint job on these calipers and you know, letting them sit and dry. That'll give them a few days to get, you know, to dry. So throw some paint on it. Let's see here. I got the front brakes, SN95. Got to get gear oil. Wheels and tires will be here tomorrow. Got to get some brake fluid. I got to hook up the emergency brake. I got to hook up the rear brake line. I got to hook up the shocks. I got to hook up the axle and put the rear springs in. And I got to buy caliper bolts and paint the spindles. This is what we're going to try to do tonight. Yeah, nothing fancy here. We're just going to mask up the spindles so we don't get any paint on the bare metal and caliper bolts area. Don't care about the ball joint area because it's I mean, so much pressure's into those. I don't think the paint's going to really matter. I may stuff something in there anyways, just kind of keep it from causing the ball joint to stick later. Okay, and just to let you know, it is dark out here, but I got these sprayed with a hammered gray paint. Let's see if I can show you. Again, something else I had laying on my shelf. Give it kind of a hammered look. I thought it was appropriate for the spindles. So anyways, this will just make them look a little bit nicer, hopefully. Okay, I said I wasn't going to take you in here, but I have to show you this. Oh my gosh, it's getting tight. There we go. Okay, this is, remember the steel braided lines we got here? This block does not fit into there. So if you guys see, I'm going to have to go backwards with it like that, and that's not nearly enough room. So I'm going to have to try to rearrange these lines up here. Figure something out here. So nothing's ever as easy as it seems, is it? First thing tonight. We'll figure it out. Okay, I hope you can see this. I've got the yeah, there we go. There we go. So I've got it disconnected from the axle here, and I've got the line relocated up around the upper control arm here, and I had to kind of bend off that bracket right there to make some room for that block, but it's solid, and leaving this disconnected is going to give it enough flex to hopefully allow me to lower the axle and put the springs on. So this will allow the line to go way up here without turning the line off or having to disconnect this again whenever I put the springs on. So I'm going to try to put the springs on now, hopefully. Okay, I'm going to lift the axle up here. We're going to get rid of these blocks. Try to lower it down as low as we can. Okay, that's as low as it's going to go, so hopefully I get these springs in. We'll see if there's enough room. Okay, real quick, let's take a look at these coil springs here. We have the stock ones that were on the 86, the springs that I got that were replacements, which are identical in size. They look like these are probably just cleaner stock springs. And we have the SVE coil springs. You can see they are a little bit lower, but the progressive rate, you can tell here by the way the coils are closer together at the bottom and then spring outwards with the tire gap up towards the lower perch here. So I mean, that is, I would say that's probably a quarter of an inch shorter. So here are the original isolators that I had. Are supposed to go into this part where it sits up against the frame and the rubber boots. So I'm going to put the rubber boots inside of it. I'm hoping that's going to help dampen a lot of the spring coil noise coming from the road, because I'm choosing not to put on the isolators on the top or the bottom simply because I want the car lower in the back. I definitely want to try to keep it level, and I'm positive, I'm not positive, I'm pretty sure that with these springs it's going to give me a little bit of a rake more than I want. Worst case scenario, it's going to be stupid loud, I'm going to hate it, and I'm going to end up taking it all off and putting isolators in it. But I don't have isolators anyway, so if I decide I'm going to do that, then I'll do that. Also behind me, here's a good look at the finished spindles here. So these things are ready to go. Ready for the hubs. So yeah, I'm going to remove these boots. I'm going to put them into here and attempt to wrestle these coil springs in without a coil spring compressor. And I can do that because I got everything disconnected, I think. We're going to find out. Okay, so guys, I put the dampening tubes, and they're just too small and just slipped right through. So these are a little bit wider diameter, so they slipped right through. I was afraid if I put them on, they're just going to sit there and rattle. So you notice this, I've got some thick black looking curly stuff on it. This is heavy duty shrink wrap that I had laying around. This is my attempt to try to dampen it, and I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, I'm sure. People are going to be like, we just use the polyurethane ones. Because the polyurethane one's going to raise it up. Listen to it though. I mean, dude, this is quiet compared to way. So I promise these are quieter. Trust me on this. This helps a little bit. Some guys wrap electrical tape on it. That's not going to do crap. This is quite a bit thicker, especially when it's being heated up to this tube that wide to something this small. So it's thick. It's not going to go anywhere. If it is obviously a big issue or it tears apart and causes major issues, I can always cut it out. But this is what I'm doing. So give me shit or whatever. I'll make sure they put the coils to the back. This guy right here, it's got to point to the back of the car. This is according to the instructions. And you want to go in right to that little hole right here. Okay, this is where it gets fun. That's how you put a spring in without a coil spring compressor. Now remember, I had the axle drop down as much as I possibly can without any kind of bindings. The shocks aren't hooked up, the brake line's not hooked up, only the control arms. even the drive shaft is disconnected. So that allows me to get this things down, flex them a little bit, and springs in. Do the other side. Okay, to get the other side in, jack up the side of the spring. You just put it in, come over here, and sit it in. Okay, that's in. Make sure your pigtail is pointed to the back, like that, right there. You can see that or not down there. Pigtail is right there. You can't really see it. It's right there. So it's end of the pigtail is pointed to the back of the car. Now we'll simply let off the jack here and try to level out the axle. Go. Okay, so pigtail's back, springs are in, they're solid. That's how you install coil springs on the back of a Mustang without a spring compressor. The full weight of the car is now on the axle. It's actually lifted just off the jack stand, just a hair. And you can kind of see how low it's going to be. I think it's going to be about perfect once you get a big old 17-inch wheel in there. But I mean, that disc brake is, you know, not too far from the axle. So this is evidently quite a bit of a lowering spring. So much so that, and I hope you guys can see this. I hate working in the dark, but this is what it is, man. Can you see the snubber? Can you see the axle? Can you see how close it is? That is extremely close, guys, and that's why it comes with a snubber kit. If I were to guess, that would be about, well, I think it looks small on camera, that is, but I guess that's probably about an inch and maybe a quarter, inch and 16 from bottoming out on the axle. So I'm going to let this thing settle back down on the blocks here. And again, I got these blocks so we don't put a ton of weight and dangling on the spring. So we're going to get it back down on the blocks, and we're going to have to replace that snubber. It'll be fun. But the shocks are on. I know you can't see that too well here, but they are. The shocks are bolted on. I got a zip tie back here holding this brake line back, and of course the springs are in. So the back end is getting closer and closer, guys. We're gonna have to put the sway bar on and try to fill it with gear oil. Probably not tonight. We're probably gonna get this snubber fixed and call it a day, because that is all she's got. In fact, if this crimps down, I was trying to keep it away from the snubber, but yeah, you've got about that much room here. So hopefully it doesn't bottom out. If it does, and back end's too low, we'll put rubber isolators, or we'll put poly isolators on the back end of it. Before I do the axle, before I do the snubber, let's get the axle back in. Something else so easy we can cross off while we're underneath there. This is why it's good to bag your bolts, guys. Bag it, put it in a box, you know where it's at. It's cool. Okay. There we go. Alright, man. Drive shaft is in. Now onto that stupid snubber. Okay, I had no idea it was 11 o'clock, and it's a school night for me. So I'm going to pick this up tomorrow, get that snubber in, and get the e-brake cable on. But we can cross some things off the list, and that's cool. Alright, let's see here. Hook up e-brake. Nope. Hook up rear brake line. Yes. Shocks. Done. Axle to drive shaft. Done. Axle. That's, yeah, okay. Axle drive shaft. Paint the spindles. Buy caliper bolts. Need to do that. Springs. New. Yes, that's done. Gear oil, wheels and tires, and brake fluid. And I don't want to forget to hook up the sway bar. Okay guys, that's it for tonight. See you tomorrow.